for me, my mental health's probably, I'm already a nut job as it was, but for the average person, it's taking a toll on them, especially if they don't see the reality of it. Well, what I'm pretty positive the reality is, if they don't see that, if they're going along with it, oh my God, and now this another lockdown, are we all gonna die? Are we all gonna live? Or what's happening? Those people are losing their minds for sure. I have a friend, he lives upstairs from other people. He told me some of them are not taking it too well.
I wonder how much
peak season.
You think toilet paper sales are up? It might be a good time to actually drop. Hey, are we going into another lockdown? Because it might be a good time for people to drop some money into Charmin.
In Quebec, we basically are. Well, they're going to make it worse. They said 28 days. They shut down restaurants. You can't go to restaurants now.
Yeah.
You can't. And it's going to get worse. They say, 28 days, and we'll reevaluate.
Let's talk about that, because it's been a pleasure to talk to you. And in doing so, I kind of forgot you were in Montreal where all this crap is happening. So let's touch on that.
This is the first interview I ever did, man.
No, I'm not doing a great. That's my fault. That's not you. But you're in the heart of Montreal. I'm going to pull up the level 4 restrictions so we can get a look at them and talk about level 4 Quebec. Let's see that. But you're in the midst of it. They have some crazy rules right now.
Yeah. Just today they made it. Or yesterday they made it worse for kids in school. They're masked all day.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're on my screen here. Okay. So this is in your area here. You're in level 4 in Montreal. Maximum alert. More restrictive measures extend to prohibiting non-essential activities in situations where risk cannot be sufficiently contained. So prohibited. You apparently can't have any visitors from another address.
Yeah. You can't go to a friend's house unless you live solo by yourself, and they live solo by themselves.
No, such a thoughtful thing of the government to do.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Stupid.
Yeah, so that's the next line. A single visitor from another address for single individuals. Informal caregivers, individuals offering services or support, labor for planned work. Only one class group is permitted at all times. Students from different classes stay 2 meters. Extracurricular. So they have classes like can't even intermingle at recess and stuff. That's what it sounds like, and they have to stay away. That's kind of crazy. That's good for development, right?
Yeah, well, no, they talk to each other. They're sitting at their desk. They're being bombarded with. There's no such things as boys and girls. You could be either. White people have been racist. That's what they're being bombarded with.
You know, a lot of that stuff a lot of the education modules from the UN have worked their way into schools, so I wouldn't be surprised. I have, again, it's the same thing. I haven't dug into any of these things, so I can't really speak to it. But, it's the same thing. It's plausible, and it's very plausible because, again, it's opinions. What are the opinions of the average teacher? Is there a lot of teachers that believe that? Okay, I'm just asking questions. Where do you fall on it? Do you think the answer is yes? If the answer is yes, well, then would it be unreasonable to think they might teach their students about that? Well, a lot of them don't seem to keep a lid on politics, especially when the politics seem to be supported. So, yes.
Yeah. Well, no, they're all active. Not all of them, but most of them are all activists now. Teachers are all activists. They come out of their mark. They get indoctrinated in university, Jared, what they're supposed to be learning to become teachers. They're indoctrinated with Marxist nonsense. Then they go into schools now, and you can see there's so many videos of this. Even here, I know, right before COVID happened, I was walking by an elementary school near my house, and someone said, "Come on, boys and girls," and this, I don't know, it doesn't matter what the guy was, but he's like, "Oh no, we don't say that anymore. Like, you can't say boys and girls to these kids." So, and while they have the mask on their face now, they're being bombarded with this. They're screwed for life. Like, this is a trauma on their life forever now.
I don't know how kids are going to be able to develop normally. I really don't. You're not going to, it's part of development to see facial expressions, and now the whole society is not. And also, back to your restrictions here, you have prohibited for private gatherings, prohibited except for places of worship and funerals, not recommended to inter-regional travel. Public venues, auditoriums, cinemas, theaters, and museums are closed. Man, it's a dark frickin' time. Restaurants, dining rooms are closed. Delivery how thankful and thoughtful. You can still eat at home, and
small businesses closed, but Walmart's open. Can't go to the hardware store that old Joe owns, but you can go to Walmart.
So how do you feel about it? I'll ask, it's a bit of a pressing question. You can dodge it if you want, but how's the mental health? Because I feel like that he can be a strong individual, but just that kind of environment's not healthy for anyone.
For me, my mental health's probably, I'm already a nut job as it was, but for the average person, it's taking a toll on them, especially if they don't see the reality of it. Well, what I'm pretty positive the reality is, if they don't see that, if they're going along with it, oh my God, and now this another lockdown, are we all gonna die? Are we all gonna live? Or what's happening there? Those people are losing their minds for sure. I have a friend, he lives upstairs from other people. He told me some of them are not taking it too well.
I can't imagine. Me and my brother talked about it. He's, I think, 19. He's at that age you're supposed to be making all these connections. You're making these friendships. Those are the lifelong connections, and now they're being told, no, don't do it.
Yeah.